Hello, YouTube family. Welcome back to No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. My name is Ray Williams, and I am a personal financial consultant and educator. I specialize in helping underserved individuals build personal wealth. Again, the show is No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. This show basically is for those people who are starting from scratch and they want the resources and information that's required to help to reposition themselves, to get themselves in a better financial position through financial literacy. Because that's what this show is about, financial literacy. It is not about becoming rich. It's not about riding around in high-dollar vehicles. It's about financial literacy. And if you like, you can use the information that's provided on this show to get the material things if that's what you want. Okay, first of all, give me the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Go to the website, www.YanomeEmmett.com. Also, remember to go to Amazon, pick up a copy of the book, Use Rules for Financial Success, How to Unlink the Poverty Chain. There you will develop a different mindset about building wealth because there is a poverty chain. And a lot of times we have this poverty chain that's connected, and no one breaks that chain. No one unlinks the poverty chain. So learn how to unlink the poverty chain. If you come from a background where everyone has basically lived in poverty or just a little above poverty, you want to be the one who break that poverty chain by becoming financially literate. Okay, today's show, I will talk about the steps to building personal wealth. And there's 3 steps to start with. Number 1 is to know your debt ratio. Number 2 is know your credit scores. And number 3, know your net worth. Those things are very important if you want to build personal wealth. So let's start with the first. The first is, again, know your debt ratio. Your debt ratio basically tells you or lenders where you stand for is how you manage your debt, how you manage your money. Do you have a high debt ratio? Do you have a low debt ratio? But first of all, calculate the debt ratio. And the way you do this is by taking everything, or getting rather everything that you own, the value of those things, and subtract how much you owe on those things. Example, if your car is valued at $20,000 and you owe $25,000. So, let me clear that up. You owe $25,000. So now you have $5,000 spread. So that basically gives you an idea of what your ratio is. So add up all your things, the value of your home, subtract how much you owe on the loan. But if you want an explanation, go to info, that's INFO, at YanomeEmmett.com and request the spreadsheet. And I will send you a free copy of the spreadsheet on how to calculate your debt ratio, your net worth, and get your basically give you a financial analysis, basic financial analysis. But know your debt ratio and your net worth. So next thing would be your credit score. Generally, you would want your credit score to be at least a 670 and above. Now, there are some lenders who will loan you money or approve credit with a lower score. I've seen clients get loans, automobile loans, business loans, for with less than 600 credit scores. But there's a catch to it. The catch is Well, what I spoke about first, debt ratio. So you look at your debt to income ratio, or the lenders look at your debt to income ratio, and it's low, and you have a low credit score, there's a possibility you can still get approved for a loan. Now, they may give you a higher interest rate, but that's to be expected. But what do? You improve your credit over time, and then you refinance that loan if you still have it, and get a lower interest rate. So again, your debt ratio is very important when it comes to applying for credit. And I will mention, because I want to be clear on this, there's a balancing act. Low debt ratio, low credit scores equal potential approval. Example, if your debt ratio is, say, 35% and your credit score is 600, there's a high possibility that you will get approved by a lender. Now, all lenders will not approve you, but that's where it comes in. You speak with the lenders if you can. You find out what are their requirements. But generally, when you have a low debt ratio, what that tells the lender is that you know how to manage your debts, your money. You're not overspending. So look at your debt ratio. Again, if you want a copy of the spreadsheet where you can calculate your own debt ratio, email info@yanonemmet.com, and I will send you a copy of that spreadsheet. Now, next thing would be is know your current net worth. Basically, your net worth tells bankers and it also lets you know how much you are worth on paper. And the way you do that, you do this again, you get all your liabilities and you get all your assets. And you get your debt ratio, your net worth. So for example, if you have $200,000 in assets, say the value of your home, in some areas at least, now I'm just using round numbers. So if your home is worth $200,000 and you owe $100,000, there's $100,000. So your net worth, assuming we're just using a home, is $100,000. So you get the value of your automobile, the value of your home, the value of your jewelry and your furniture. You get those assets, and then you subtract your liabilities. Again, so if you owe $25,000 on your car, and your car is worth, let's just say $30,000, that's $5,000 that goes towards your net worth. So basically, look up these items and learn how to use these three things to get started building your personal wealth. Subscribe to the channel. Give me the thumbs up. Go to the website, www.yanonemmet.com, and you will see information and resources there that will help you build wealth. And I always stress to people, building wealth takes time. It also takes time in accumulating the know-how. Some people go for quick fix. That's why you see all this stuff, on YouTube, people giving the quick fix, because they know there are people out there who want a quick fix. But when you are building wealth, it takes time. It takes effort. Sometimes people don't want to put in the effort. So if you want to put in the effort, you want to put in the time to get educated, I guarantee you, you will build personal wealth. And in the next video, part 2, I will talk about reducing debt. Because when you're trying to build personal wealth, you always want to decrease your debt. Now, there is good debt, there's bad debt. But when you're starting out, you want to reduce your debts as much as possible. And you also want to decrease your debt ratio. So that's the beginning points. Debt ratio, credit scores, net worth. Learn how to put those three items together to start building personal wealth. Next video, as I mentioned earlier, we will talk about reducing debt. So be prepared. I will give you some very valuable information and strategies on how to reduce your debts without stress. Thank you for watching.